Boxing fans, it's Aztec 101 in the ring. This is very exciting right now. We're experiencing or we're witnessing the transition that's going on in boxing. The new generation is starting to take over. These young fighters are starting to become the face of boxing. We're more interested in what they're doing. And a lot of that has to do with especially with this year. This year has been very good, not just for boxing, but for young fighters. We had the debut of Shakur Stevenson. Gervonta Davis had his big fight overseas. Errol Spence picked up his first belt. Anthony Joshua fought Klitschko. We got Canelo versus Triple G. In one night, we had Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez, Jesse Magdaleno, and Gilberto Ramirez, all young fighters. These guys are starting to make a name for themselves. And a big fight that we have coming up will be Adrian Broner and Mikey Garcia. So this year has been very good for young fighters. Now seeing them transition into the face of boxing, I was thinking, in this day and age, what would be their biggest obstacle to achieve greatness? Because I have to say, this day and age, these fighters are more connected with their fan base more than ever. Through social media, we are more connected with the world than we've ever been before. And the media knows this. Advertisers, they know this. That's why social media is such a big tool in advertisement. But these fighters, they're connected with their fan base, and I started realizing that really the biggest obstacle is the fans. Every boxing fan has played one of two roles. You're either the fan of the fighter or the hater, the detractor. Everyone has played both sides, right? But each side has a role in the fighter's development. And I feel like the one that pushes these fighters into greatness is not necessarily the fan. It's, for the most part, the hater, the detractor, the one that says that you're not doing enough. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. They're not giving you the credit you feel you deserve, but they're not giving you that credit yet. They're dangling it over your head after every obstacle, promising you that carrot, but never giving it to you. Success and greatness is always hindsight. Like, it's always something that happens after the fact. Once you've already done everything, you look back and you go, holy shit, this is great, right? But with these fighters now connected with their fans, I feel like they need to start listening to the haters. They need to start taking more risk and not be so comfortable in the position that they are with already with their fans. Each side provides a different energy. So the hater will be the one that says you're not good enough, that win didn't matter. Everything they say is negative. They never give you the credit you deserve, right? But then you have the fan. The fan is providing you with unconditional love, right? Always feeding you positive feedback, right? And whether what you do or don't do is good enough or not, they'll always be there for you, for the most part. You can lose fans, right? So I started thinking about this, and I was like, one of the biggest things that we're starting to notice is these fighters are starting to receive expectations, not just from fans, but from the haters. Who should they listen to? And in my opinion, I've always heard the concept of, don't listen to the haters. But in life, I figured out that's not always the best idea. You should always battle the doubt. That's what gets you to take risks. Without doubt, there's no risk. And when you're in boxing and you're competing against legends that have set such high standards and you're trying to achieve greatness, you have to go above and beyond. And if you listen to the fans, you're always going to be comfortable. You'll never do that. You have to listen to the haters. You have to. So I feel like boxing needs more haters. First of all, I know that's going to sound weird. And I think these young boxers need to start listening to the detractors, the ones that are not giving them credit. Just don't take it to heart, but use it as fuel to either prove them wrong or try to learn something, a weakness that you have or something that you need to fix that you wouldn't get from a fan because they're too busy giving you nothing but positive feedback. So, what do you guys think? What do you think is the biggest obstacle to achieve greatness? Is it the hater? Is it the fan? I think it's the fan. There has to be a balance, but I think it's the fan. I think you need to have a balance. If you're not trying, maybe it's because you don't have enough haters telling you you're not doing good enough. That's pretty much it. Because I've seen, haters fueled a lot of good boxing matches. Canelo has a lot of haters, and because of that, because he's listening to that, he's taking risks. A lot of people came at him for the Lara fight after Lara called him out. They called him coward and everything for not fighting Lara, and then immediately, boom, that's his next fight, Lara. Why? Because he listened to them. He's also part of this new generation taking over, and I think some of the other fighters need to start doing the same thing, listening to their haters, because they can provide you a route to greatness. Little do you know, you think that they're just talking shit, but the expectations they're raising, if you keep meeting them, next thing you know, you would have done more than what you would have done listening to your fans that are telling you, take this easy fight. Because all they want to do is see you win. They just want to feel good about being your fan. It's generally how it goes.